People pretend, guys.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to be on their best behavior on the first date. I am not taking anything that you're showing me until we have our first fight. Shit.
That's valid, though.
Anything that you show me, because on our first fight, that's where you're going to, the actually is going to come out. I'm sure.
Guys, you know what? I can't be in a relationship where the phone is a hot potato. I'm sorry, no. I don't. My phone is off limits. It's a rule from the beginning, and the phone on my bunch. Why?
Oh, you mean you can't be in a relationship where
A lot of people don't want to introspect. Anyone can do it, honestly.
it's the introspection
It's just people
part.
don't want to be true to themselves. I understand that. If Hoity cheats, let me also cheat on his friend.
Correct.
There's no intelligence in you doing that.
Exactly.
You're just fucking up.
You're making it worse.
You're making the wound septic.
Yeah. But you see, that's what I was just about to say. I think a lot of times women would expect us to figure out the emotions without them
saying
telling
anything.
us.
Yeah.
To say, hey, this is what this particular thing that you did the other day made me feel, you know? Or
Why are you laughing?
Do you know I'm cool MC? About to come loose. I don't like I Zeus. I don't like
Kandalazu.
Oh, Kandalazu. Ufuna Stufuza. That weather time for Stufuzas. Coming down hard. Like, get what I'm saying.
Even I can tell you, that's only
I'm cool MC.
You thought it was DOS, did it?
No.
But it's a dance challenge, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's no wonder I'm confusing.
All right, with that being said, welcome to it, man. It's GSL's Global Streetz Live, the podcast. I go by the name of Ukari Mteto. What's the number? Some young from the ghetto doing big things in the city. More causes to take a look at them.
Yes, girls.
But anyway, it's not about me. Sanvanani to my left, which is your right. You got the boy OG. So easy, not easy. He goes by the name OG.
Hello there.
But I like to call him Huiti on it because Huiti on it. And then to the right, or my right, which is your left then, got the man who I wish had a less ego. He has acquired the title Mazamula, and it's evidence why we call him Mazamula. He goes by the name of the Sokoto tunes otherwise. Mnandi Ganja.
That was a long one.
Simnandi, guys.
Behind the cameraman, we got someone we like to call the Dark Knight. We call him the Backed Man. We call him the man that has no peace, but peace is what his name stands for, Kikahiso. And if you ask him for anything, especially if it's not GSL related, he's gonna say, nah, man.
Oh, man.
How you doing, baby?
I'm sure GSL Banana is stingy fucked up.
I'd be worried if you were generous. Get shut.
What are you saying?
Mazamula, okay. We want to welcome the VVIP of every show, which is you right there at home, or actually wherever you're watching from. Shout out to you, man. Touchdown 200 subbies. Excited for it. Keeping the lights on for it. You guys keep our lights on. You keep our hearts moving. You keep the sibling rivalry alive, because the more you subscribe and you help us grow, the more we see a reason to come back to each other. Organjani, my chance. And also, speaking of which, we're doing something new this week. We actually want to give a shout out to some of our top fans. And disclaimer, we are not saying this one is better than the other. We're just saying, we see the consistency, we see the love, we see the watch time that you guys are putting in, and the numbers are growing, especially because especially because we come from a place where we started with no viewers at all, and
we started from the bottom.
Now we hit started from the bottom. Now we hit 800 followers away from, or subscribers away from being monetized. I scroll up. But I just really want to acknowledge the following. first things first, we're going to start with Kia Bontsing. And this doesn't come in any order. We're just showing love, right? So shout out to Kia Bontsing one time. She's become the niece of the podcast.
Chana.
Yeah, I'm Chana. No, literally. Shout out to you, man. We know you've been putting in a lot of hours. You know, when Kos is chowing, you're also chowing Kos with GSL. She's always sending videos of herself studying with GSL playing in the background. You know, she's always engaging. We see that and we love that. But most importantly, we also want to thank a brother by the name of Dylan Mosehla 3285. That's his username on YouTube, right? Showing us a lot of love. The team, each and everyone on the team has been seeing your love. And just to anyone else who is watching but is not actually much of a talker or commenter, we just want to say, we are intentional about thanking you. And this is something that we are now officially adding to the podcast to give a shout out to you guys, because we see you and we want you to know that each and everything that you guys say means the world to us, because you keep us going and you give us the strength to deal with each other, because on most days we want to kill each other.
No.
Thank you.
Not killing, please.
No, we want to kill each other, but we decide to keep each other alive because we need each other for the sake of this podcast. But don't forget, man, comment, like, share, and most importantly, the most important thing, guys, pause the video, like it, and hit the notification bell so you can hear us coming down the street like the ice cream man. In case your neighbors, your friends, your enemies, or anyone who's around you ask, ka utlwa noise e ya pele e tlang ka re ke ice cream man, ke bo mang? Wa botsa go bona simple, ke bona bale. Ha ba re bo mang o re ke ba strata. Yeah, that's right. And like Akhiso will always say in every episode, this is the only time where you would be proud to be called part of the streets, from the streets. He says it in every episode. He's like,
For the streets.
the only time where you're excited to be from the streets. Otherwise, pele kunjani makenge simnani ori kanjani.
Kunjalo.
Ke motlela sa obvious vele.
Yes.
Obvious vele.
Obvious vele.
Wena o ringa ba obvious vele ke we uvela ubone ukuthi vele. All right, look, this week is going to be sweet. It's going to be exciting because we're going a route that we normally go, which is trending topics. We're talking about it. We're excited. A lot has been happening in South Africa. And what would GSL be without a little bit of gossip? Get what I'm saying? But we got to start it how we normally start it, which is a catch up of your week. You know, what's that one thing you want to share? Or maybe that one thing you want to throw to the table and let the boys feast on it, or let the street squad feast on it. You know, it's a thought that I would like to ponder on. Now, because Street Squad is our family, you know, not so long ago, I actually was talking to the boys, and I feel actually that the three of these men in this podcast are the most overprotective people ever. So just to give you insight on what happened, last week after our episode, I caught an Uber. Did they not walk me to the Uber, double check the registration, talk to the driver and ensure that he takes me where he's supposed to, and check on me because of, okay, well, I understand, maybe because of the purpose of where I was going and why I was going, is just making sure that it's safe.
Where were you going?
Wait, we're getting there. We're getting there, right? So I was going on a date, right? And which leads me to my question of the week.
Okay.
How soon is too soon to let it
Happen.
Yeah. How soon after the first date?
The question is.
According to a chance.
The question is.
Too soon to let it rock.
The question is.
Let what rip?
You know what I'm saying.
The question is.
The question is.
Are you ready?
No, let's talk like as much either. Like I want you to think like to answer me.
You see, and I'm coming to answering you. And this is obviously letting it up, right?
Yeah, let it go. Let it fly.
So it's a bit tricky for us to say because as a gent, I'm looking at it from my perspective.
Yes, that's exactly what I want. I like it. You're like, yo, I'm a cheater.
Yeah, dog. But it's just that thing, fella, already. Nah, as a gent, you want no shy, Antoine. And then it could be that thing, fella, already. The first day, you got shy, Antoine. So it's a bit tricky. What's I'm cheater? When is the right time? Because nazim cheater kiri. how new type of thing. Antoine, if it goes down, it goes down because it would be nice for it to go down.
What? Okay, because of your craving.
From a gent's perspective, and I think I'm speaking for a lot of gents. They're cool with it going down on the first day. Antoine. Ladies, on the other hand, it's a bit different.
Okay.
Antoine. I don't know. What's your take on it?
I have a follow-up question. I just want you guys to answer. I want to hear what your perspective is, and then I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
So the question, I just want to understand your question, right? So your question, you're asking from a guy's point of view.
Yes, I want the guys.
I'm just going to echo his words and say that niggas are always ready, right?
Are you serious, guys?
Yes, niggas are always ready. It all depends on you when you're comfortable.
Yeah, when you're ready. That's why my question immediately after you asked is like, are you ready?
Yeah.
Antoine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Niggas are always ready. So
It's always go time.
as soon as you are saying, okay, let's do it, then the nigga is like,
it's
okay,
on.
say no more.
Nah, man.
When you're asking how soon can you let it rip?
Yeah, like how, like in a guy's perspective, like how soon are you willing to hit after the first date? On the first date? After, how soon
Doesn't
after?
matter.
So it's not a big deal. Okay, great. You guys gave me a great answer in unison. Now we're taking the question to the next level. How soon after the first date, if you feel it was great,
What was great?
the date, like you feel like, okay, yeah. Because obviously I need you guys talk before sometime before the actual date, and then you go to the date and find, damn, sparks are flying. How soon is too soon? Judging from you being a gent, looking at the girl.
Too soon to what?
To give it up.
To let it rip.
So as a gent, I'm looking at this girl and I'm thinking, she must give me a specific time frame. And
like-
if she's not giving me that time frame and she gives it to me earlier than that expected time frame from me, then I'm gonna look at her different.
Yeah, that's what I want to, like that vibe.
Okay.
Like, do you, and what I want to understand is, do you look at her differently if she gives it up? Like, because sometimes, one thing you guys have just made me realize that sometimes, actually, they can look sharp. Mara, very inquisitive. And if you're well away, but that's like, ish, being a fool, go be easy. You know, sometimes.
It's not straightforward.
Okay.
It depends. There's some people where you can hit it first day and it will be
And for everything.
practically. It depends when how you is
Yeah, how you take
how
it as
you
a
guys
person.
met, what led to
okay.
But if first day already so about if I can get it this easy, who else can get it that easy?
I was about to say that if it becomes concerning.
Okay.
Because you need to think to yourself, if she's this easy, that means anyone can hit.
So,
But what if she's
on the-
easy for you?
so
That's the problem that you'll never know. But you should, as much as a nigga will always be ready, right? You also need to, because I also saw a video from one of the girls on TikTok. This girl was saying, the reason why I don't like new relationships is because now in the beginning you need to act like you're not a sex addict.
yeah, this is a girl saying this.
This is a girl saying
Okay.
this, right?
So, yeah.
And that thing, you're gonna have to, even if you are, eventually we're going to get to that place.
Bro, and add on what you're saying, Nikki Shebile on this podcast, you know, when they bring a group of girls and the guys ask,
Yeah.
So this girl was saying who the guy that she's with made him wait a couple of months
guy
whilst
made
giving
her
it
wait.
to someone else so she doesn't come off of being sexually strong into the guy.
Fuck.
So it's like Karen but she's telling you
giving-
to wait, but
Yeah.
giving it to the
Yeah,
every day.
every day, yeah.
So that when she comes to you, she comes calm, poised,
yeah,
like,
yeah. She's not in need, yeah,
And
for it.
in some cases, nah, sex is not an act of love. I feel so much. Like guys can wait 3 years just to smash.
That's, you know,
and
that-
if that's what he wants, he'll be out either way.
So I haven't given
Like, you
my
will be very
view
much
on your
patient.
question, you know?
He didn't know.
I think-
like it's no. Okay, get me like so. They'll play the slow game. Yes, maybe to highlight thing, but that's
So
my
my
main target.
response to that was gonna also just come to what he's saying. To say, I believe, Jorge, like he also mentioned, Jorge, in some cases you get very long relationships, that started by it taking place on the first date or a day after the first date. You get what? You can't necessarily. Some people do measure and think, like Lesego said, if she's giving it to me so early and so easy,
with
then what about
effort.
everybody else? But now my view on it is that I think it removes a lot of uncertainty in, do I really want this person or am I running off the bums on top? So I feel like sometimes it's good to actually get it out the way so that you can focus on whether you really like this person or not. Because in most cases, it's just lust that gets people together. And like Carissa said, niggas are able to wait 3 years go fell. And on that third year, we'll find one. We'll shut.
Mission accomplished.
God. No more. Now imagine, I also feel like it's a waste of
time, mama boy.
It's a waste of emotions. Now when you're all lovey-dovey, you're in love with this nigga. Unzomu, you've been depriving him of it. And now you give it to him that day when you feel Rawiti King, he is my nigga. In his mind, he's fed up. He's tired of waiting. And he's thinking, on that day when you give it to me, it's going to be over after it. We've never met, or we were never an item. Sometimes it happens. And in most cases, you make a nigga wait for that long, he gets bored.
No, but
and he's going to wait.
Also,
and he's going to, the day he gets it, he's just going to be like,
the question is, for that 3 years, what has Karen been doing?
Exactly.
Why Karen? Why not you? What about the guy?
Just say, because your face Ibua somehow. I get Karen, I'm not saying you specifically.
I know.
Just woman in general. So if you made him wait 3 years, 9 months, what have you been doing during that waiting period?
Don't.
We are human.
we are human.
We must be able to be truthful about certain things.
Maybe get a rose or something. I don't know.
So, yeah.
He's not sold. He's like,
Yeah, but me personally,
So now I think I'm on the opposite side of it. Like I'm more on, let's just get the things that may have maybe brought us together. Let's get that lusting out the way. And let me deal with you as a partner on a,
For me, to a certain
partner
extent, I have
level.
a problem with that.
With like first date thing.
How many first dates has she went to?
But what if,
Hey!
my man, what if, and that's what I was also going to want to just touch on.
Because attention yabo girl ne. Maybe in a day, I shall like it.
Fine. Mara, what if when you're that special person?
men
or-
are too calculated.
But
eh?
look,
the thing
what
is,
if-
you can never know that you're that special.
True, I know. You can never know. And that's true. You're right. You're right.
I think this episode
when there's
will
3
just
other
be a
people.
relationship
I understand.
episode.
And I'm in agreement. Or yes, it can be Tabaro King. You might not be special.
Guys, can
However,
we keep this episode
there
here?
are-
I think
Yeah, we can.
There are
keep this
instances.
Yeah, let's keep this
There are
episode here.
instances where
We keep
she's
this
not
episode
being
here.
entertaining anyone else until she
Jaka,
meets you.
let's be real.
My man. No, I understand what you're saying. Nah, don't discourage the niggas. But I'm just saying, in some instances it happens. There are those girls that you look at and you think about Omfana. Or but this I can actually marry. There are those women that you look at and you think like, fuck, this girl I would marry. Fine.
Batung.
But from a nigga's perspective, from a guy's perspective, you look at this girl. You've been seeing all these girls, and all you've been wanting to do is just maybe chow and just have these casual things.
That sounds wrong.
You know what? I think we think.
Why is my mic so loose?
Given the conversation we're having, it sounds so wrong.
Sorry.
One time. So you do get those things that okay, fine, cool. As a nigga, look, you guys also know. Alright, there are those that you'll just probably just want for just casual things with, and then there's that specific one that you look at and you think, fuck. Oh, Omfana is like wife material. I will marry this girl. So it's the same thing. Maybe Kadiche, you say she's been dogging all these niggas, and all of a sudden you come through, and she's like, "Fuck, I'd fuck this nigga on the first day." One thought.
What if you're her knight and shining?
Yeah, you get what I mean.
She just sees you, she just wants to.
So I'm not saying all of them are like that. I'm also not saying, Hore,
Let me say this.
what you guys are saying doesn't happen.
Let me say this. What you're saying has value, right? And it has value in a point whereby you are saying, you could be only that one nigga that she let hit first.
She's really
on the first
attracted
date,
to. Like,
right?
or sex in
But
one.
the
Like,
thing
what's
is,
in there?
you can never know that you are actually.
Why
that
should
one
you
nigga.
know? Okay, what's the value in knowing?
The value in knowing is
lot.
because if she's giving it up, that easy. How many niggas has she gave?
It doesn't matter. Who picked these?
And then you settle down.
And then you settle down.
Hi, guys.
I'm
Why
telling-
does it matter?
I'm telling weekend
Okay,
chocolate.
when I reka koloi, wow, check out mileage.
Yeah, right, bro.
Mechanical, everything right.
She's on like 500, she's on like 200,000 kilometers.
Bro,
Fuck.
And she
If I
wants,
want to reki
she
sa-
wants you to treat her like
a
a,
brand new
a
one.
brand new.
No,
No, I hear what you're saying, but I'm just also saying there are instances where
guys are so
you're just too
mean.
sexy, or she's very attracted to you. Your personality goes, your aura goes, everything just goes, like everything's just check to her, and she's thinking,
Waka, women are emotional creatures. How many times has she fell in love that way? To feel like this man is worthy of being that.
we are different, guys. We are different as you know, as people. You get attracted to
Yo,
certain
but Shivani kidding.
People-
Yo, you guys are so mean.
you get attracted to certain people, and that's why I also made that example.
Okay, I didn't mean it like that.
The marriage example. To
Yeah,
say,
I understand,
You
don't
as a
worry.
gent, there are those girls that you'll just look at and think, okay, she's pretty, but she doesn't spark me as one that I would marry. And then you get that one that you look at and you think, fuck, this one I would definitely marry. So that's why I get it. We're now just switching it to say,
You know the saying, they say the one that you want to marry. Not to her. She's
you're
not,
just
you're
you're
not
just
the
a
one that
number.
she wants to marry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are not your type.
So basically,
Yeah.
Basically.
people always settle for what they can get.
Exactly.
Not what they can have, not what they can get.
Yeah.
Because the one they really want to marry
It's not
that's the type you have.
Doesn't want
material
them.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Okay, let me bring it back. I've shocked. That's fine. So let's talk about I really, because you guys have touched on it, so let's just go wild on it. Let's talk about criteria. We go on dates, things are working out. And I'm not saying your specific tailor-made criteria, but you guys seem to have a bro code unison in like dog, you know, there's the thing. So my question alludes to then what's the criteria to I think there's something special here. What's the criteria? Like, what's the checklist to be like?
Depends, personally.
No, I can't. But I'm just saying, like, a general guy code consensus. That's just like, if you were to have a conversation, I'm not here, and you're like, yo, I went on a date with Karen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thing that you would say to guys, they would be like, oh, tick, 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 tick.
It's stuff we've mentioned before. Ne? Respect.
Yeah. Respect, Charles.
Conduct.
Okay.
Conduct, like how you conduct yourself.
I'm sure dress code as well.
Dress code.
You know,
Yeah,
you're
like how you speak, how to understand that. And when it's respect, conduct, emotional intelligence. So conduct, unkasi fit, you know, utsamali motho wa hao, o apere seqepe, so lo dima ba, o tshweka.
Yeah.
How do
Chaka, you done?
No, like though, ono pose a question, if we had to bring our partners here, would they like to see us in the type of scene we are in right now? And I said, it's how I conduct myself. Whether I'm in my studio or I'm outside, I'm
the
generally
same
the same person. You understand?
Yeah.
So, essentially, how you conduct yourself is strategy. You're representing Mutuahao. So that will matter a lot. Because it's a matter of wakana. Hey, when I'm so no, mama. The Mutuahao to know, yeah, ne, I. Over ashamed on your behalf. What did that lady say?
No, you say because I'm always the violent one.
What did that lady say?
Because if you say it, no one does have to be violent this podcast.
No, I think the song has never sworn. I think the song must
No, street squad. Some one of these boys has to say it. He said
I
that.
was not there.
But we told
He
you.
told you.
We told you, sir.
What did that lady from
I
Lodi say?
was definitely not there.
You can't say it, Joe. You've got nothing to do with nothing. Say it.
Yes, no one knows you.
So Karen, that lady liked Karen. I said, yo, you're so cute, you're so beautiful. Ari, thank you. Then Karen is like, yo, you look so lit. You can still more plucking when Ari, yo, the way he can happy cutting. Ka gogoba ka nyo mo strateng.
Nagana
So
fair.
the friend got so embarrassed.
Imagine
He left her there.
And this is the friend.
So imagine only out here high
Yeah,
of
Abu Ali. That's deep, bro. That is like the deepest
Wait,
it goes.
in case you didn't hear it, I didn't say that. I'm not the one that said that. This lady, I said to her, you look so happy, you look so lit. She's like, whoa. So conduct is like very important because essentially you are this other person's like spokesperson.
You represent one another.
Yeah.
There's a reason why companies, they're like, you can't just post anything you want on social media. You're an
and they
image
stalk
of
you.
them. Same as in a relationship. Now, you're an image of your person.
That's crazy.
So for me, right?
Another way of looking at it. That's
So for me, right? I think your question was, what is the criteria or the things that you look out for
like
on
things
the
that
first
you
date?
would feel like as a machance with your guys. Okay,
On the first date.
like the things that you know, like the point.
Zazi kanjani?
Umgidi wena ngazuthi ufakela.
Just making an example.
For me,
That's a valid example.
Thank you.
It is,
friend.
especially if
Thank
you're having
you,
it on the
friend.
first date.
Thank you.
No, that's time. Dog.
Yes, and it'll be painful.
Like, Kakisa is coming with the fire
She's
today.
going,
Yo.
And everything. I am. There's that stench, dog.
yo,
It's a valid example, Kerry.
ke ka patala pili kids. Antale bathroom.
but you know the guy that you were with here left.
No, don't worry. The bill is sorted though.
Yeah,
the bill wasn't the problem. He can afford it. You were the problem.
Look,
Okay.
for me, guys, people
You know he's about to cook when he's at the
people pretend, guys.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to be on their best behavior on the first date. I am not taking anything that you're showing me until we have our first fight.
Shit. That's deep.
That's valid, dog.
Anything that you show me. Because
because
on our first fight, that's where you're going to, the actually is going to come out. I'm sure Lapo Zawut, I'm soon akoge.
And the Kimo Changte.
Yeah, well, ukwatila kere. I control. She's not in control anymore. Hasa khona control.
I went on calling bones.
Yeah, ungazongitshela wena. Afuthi wena ngakwaza manje.
Yeah. Banyana baka bashibane ba re zonda. Banyana baka bonang. Libe le nteboga gore ke le tshwanetse bashimane ke ba buisa.
Ancestrista.
What's it?
Popoza mina manje.
What's it, Trista? Okay.
Okapea.
And you know what you're saying is valid. There's this TikTok, not TikTok, Reddit stories. So this guy watcher, I think he last born cheap. Every time before Batonyala, time out where it's like an activity. Before you get married, how about you do 1 2 1 2? So yeah, hi, nearly nabaya camping.
Sure.
Ne? And it doesn't have to be like 3 days. It was just half a day. More camping, more like. So they had to do difficult activities. Tasks, yeah. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So as they were doing the difficult tasks, they started getting frustrated. They got angry. Yeah, so okay,
It's a brilliant one, eh?
They started fighting, and that's when the guy realized, as Ocho, I like this girl, but she's shown me a side that I never saw before. So he called off the wedding essentially, like the idea of
Yeah.
You really don't know someone until comes hardship. When you're going through hardship, I know, you know what, baby, we'll get through this. Don't worry. How about we do 1 2 1 2? No, yeah, we're not stupid.
Convict mentality.
Actually, that's what. So what you're saying is valid.
Nah, dog, I'm not taking anything until we fight.
You want to add? You want to add before I ask?
Yes. No, it's fine. I think.
Okay. So what I'm thinking right now in my head is we're raised differently. We're raised in different homes, and we are exposed to different kind of traumas. So in the event that you're going through this thing that you guys are talking about, like maybe that little challenge that will get too short, because you know when you do those kind of activities, obviously it'll strain your patience, it'll strain your the true you essentially will pop out. I was on a choice.
Yeah.
Now my chat is looking at the time you spent investing into this relationship with this person. and then you have that moment of a protrusive moment of just them being something that you don't know. Do you think it's fair to both of you parties concerned to just walk out on a person, or maybe is it an opportunity to? Because I feel like in essence, this is just how I feel, which is where you come in. I feel like we're all raised differently, raised from different times, exposed to different kinds of traumas. So maybe it's just a symbol of something they need to work on. But how extreme does it have to be for you to be like, on that spot, I'm never doing this with you again?
If you are embarrassing me.
But what embarrassment is subjective.
So I just think,
Okay, it is, but yeah.
yeah. So I understand you're saying past
We'll come back to
traumas,
it.
just how you were raised, and so on. You can't necessarily want to pour all those out on your partner. I feel
But
like
she doesn't want to fail.
she
Kupo,
doesn't
era-
want to.
Kupo, era
But
something
I
who
just
is-
feel like you are now opening an excuse for those
Or projecting
things
your nonsense
to
on.
take place.
So-
You know what? They shouldn't take place in the first place. Like it shouldn't happen. And if you know you've got maybe past traumas, then
Work on them.
tell me about them so we can go out and work on them before it becomes an explosion.
But friend, there
that
are
I've
certain things
never
that
seen.
happen that trigger me in a way that I wasn't aware that I'm not
So,
here.
Kupo, Araba, ne, just to
You
add on
understand what I'm
Koiti's
saying?
point, ne, I'm just going to rewind a bit. One of the reasons History Wanyana matters, ne, they're going to take the traumas of past relationship
Onto you. This is what you always like to say.
Koitu Katwala is open. Kupon kadime phone mo. I just want to text my sister.
Yeah.
No. Why, man? Because maybe the previous boyfriend number to check. Where were you?
Yeah, where were you and
chatting
so on,
with?
yeah.
It is innocent or no. I just want to send who a text. Or whatever the case is. I understand that. And you're going to come over. No, naked try to treat you as so. Kapa, nah, no. It's like you're going to come with all that baggage.
Bad habits.
Throw it onto Koiti.
True.
Sometimes relationships don't end because about I'm not willing to deal with you and your trauma. Then you tell a real man will know how to handle me as I am, blah blah blah
Yes.
blah 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 blah.
And that's mostly an excuse. And it's like it's just another reason to abuse you. It's another form of abuse if you now had to dive deeper into the fact shouting, past traumas, come back. It's like a red flag. So immediately when you see it, like you were saying, is it fair to just walk out? Yes, other people might be patient enough to say, look, man, I didn't like the way you spoke the other day. What's wrong? Do you want to maybe...
But usually 3 times
break
is
it
a strike
down?
with the guy,
And so
ne?
on. Yeah, Babo.
So before I answer your question, you also have to answer your questions from a lady's perspective. But to answer your question from my point of view,
drink this
it's valid to leave the relationship. Doesn't matter how much you've invested. If it's no longer beneficial for both of you guys to be in that relationship.
Unfortunately, yes,
Somewhere.
time becomes a bit of a
Because it's gonna
issue
live toxic to one
most
another.
people. Yeah.
It's gonna live toxic. Yes.
Se le shapana ka mafielo.
Kids end up seeing it too. And like, already are happy, time I happy.
True.
What are you teaching them?
Because you are the model of what a relationship is to your
If you're
kids.
boys, this is how mom should, or your lady should be treated. No, if you're a girl, this is how sort of treatment you should be getting. No, that's fucked up.
Me, I just want to say this before you answer your question because
Guys, leave me alone. This is not about
answer
me.
your
It's about
question.
you.
look,
But those are very interesting questions.
Yes, I love it, and I love your guys' input because you are giving me input as someone who is trying to get into something with someone. So this is just for me, but also a girl code guide to do how to maneuver this new love thing and how guys feel about certain things. Because most of the time, you guys
love.
don't talk much.
We are doctors, so we are counseling here.
Please shut up. Don't ever say that again. Don't say that again because they didn't hear you. Don't say it again.
Oh, no, I'm only picking.
No, you're never serious. No, not like that. But I'm just saying it's a guide. It's a new fling guide.
angisho next. Angisho next. You love. Okay.
No, we're friends.
Okay. No Zola Shulanjan. She's just a friend. I'm not address. Anyway, me guys, you see, the thing is, yeah, all of us has traumas or have traumas from whatever that we went through, right? You get into a relationship and you know that you're not dealing with the person that you used to deal with before. So you are supposed to tell yourself if maybe you're whatever. You need to remind yourself that listen, you're dealing with a new person. Whatever shit that the previous person has taken me through, this person has nothing to do with it.
So that's why Melita's cut to just grieve.
Correct.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the other thing is that if I do get into a relationship, I'm very mature about it, emotional, intelligent. I'm going to do everything that you want me to do, especially behavior wise and the kind of boyfriend that I'm supposed to be, right? However, you best believe that if I see one thing, with all that I am putting in, if I see one thing, because Nami Pella, it doesn't mean that I don't have my own shit that I'm dealing with. If I see one thing, the lack of effort, and then you're gonna come and say, "Hi, it's just that in my previous relationship I had to deal with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5." And you thought I didn't deal with shit?
Yeah, no, definitely. Totally agree.
You think
He was waiting to double at the nomvete.
I can give you 100 and you can give me 60? I'm putting in an effort here, and then when you think you're just gonna do your own things. No, I'm leaving, dog.
I think a relationship
That's such a dad thing to
should
say.
be built on consideration.
Now you're living, dog. Especially if you're dealing with an emotionally intelligent person, a person that's going to give you everything or behave in a way that honors you. And then when you're just going to do your own shit, that person is leaving you. They don't have time for shit, bro. The thing is, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people need to love themselves. Ne? People need to love themselves. If you love yourself enough, you will never let another person treat you like shit. And when you're just staying here because when you love this person, my nigga, loving yourself comes first before loving that person.
Because you can't pour from an empty cup.
Loving your first comes first.
Correct.
You cannot say Maranyamtanda when I was
In
time.
most cases, that's why we experience that. In the majority, I'm gonna fix him. I'm gonna fix her. I will.
When I was
He'll be
having-
fine, or she'll be fine.
Whatever.
Eventually, I will heal.
Sometimes you're trying to khaneka wena, dog.
Yeah.
Trying to khaneka wena, dog.
No, you're right. I agree.
You had a point there.
No, I was saying relationships should be built on consideration. Sometimes I'll have to do things I don't like, simply because it'll try a hand.
Exactly. Compromises, dog.
Yeah. Like Karen, maybe whatever how emotional, I must speak a certain way. You find when I'm angry, I shout. Not because I'm being a vile person but now I have to speak
so
softly.
shouted at me during the week.
Karen,
My heart was hurt.
But I know I want to shout. But I have to be considerate. And I need to be considerate. Karen doesn't like 1, 2, 3. Maybe because of her past or whatnot. Karen also has to know if I don't like 1, 2, 3, she can't do 1, 2, 3 for whatever reason. So it shouldn't just be one-sided. We must be considerate of one another.
I like that. And you're ushering me into my next question then.
You haven't answered the question.
No, we're not doing that. This is a girl code guide on how to make sure you're maneuvering your new thing correctly. It's not about girls. Let's say labor. Moving on to my next question, So let's talk about how you as
We are misguiding them.
like as Uchita, how do I spot genuineness in
From a guy.
How do I know?
As a girl.
Yeah, because I mean, I know that things you guys are willing to do to play the long game. But what is that 1 thing, 2 thing, 10 thing, 6 thing, figure thing, ticket thing, that you just know what you
You'll never know.
No, angali. But like, let's have a chat about it. Because
My nigga here is being ready for you.
Ma'am, that does not exist. I wanted to say that, man. To say it doesn't exist. We're not giving that code out, guys. Please do not respond to this. Kiazana, man.
Manipulator, fuck that. That's not manipulator, fuck
Oh, imagine. Already what a manipulator. Now we are like giving everything away. Nah, we need to have something left.
You know, Street Squad, I've always known that I'm the only one who genuinely loves you and wants to give you the best of everything. It's gotten to the point where I feel like I unfortunately have to hand in my resignation because I'm the only one in this podcast who's giving her full effort and everything.
The boys didn't want to answer the previous question.
Exactly.
No, because this is what I did. It's the girl. Sharp, I feel it's
So to answer that, Karen.
Sit your ass down, man.
Come on, Karen. I'm fine. So
Isn't that much of me?
I don't know. Like, do you want to go?
Because definitely meeting the parents is not a hack. It's a lie. They cheat on you with their parents being part of the long game. Yes! Past traumas.
Karen traumatized. Ke PTSD
My friend, Kirele can't save you from being doubled by the parent and the cat. Yo! Friend, let's go.
Look.
PTSD. Time to get.
Yeah, you definitely need to go. Karen, unfortunately, on this one, there's no game, dog.
Come
There's
on.
no game that I can give you. And the reason why I'm saying there's no game is because we said it earlier on that unfortunately people, they pretend. And trust me, a nigga that wants something from you, that nigga is going to chase you and treat you like the queen that you want to be treated.
He'll play the role.
That nigga is going to do everything. Mm-hmm. Literally everything.
So you're literally saying,
you know, there's sometimes
you have to take a risk. There's no way to be careful.
You can't be careful.
I like that.
There's post-nut syndrome.
Like post-nut clarity.
But
that's what I was saying.
Okay, I'm head over heels for Carrot.
Yeah.
Then after we do the deed and after I come, then it's something of, actually she's not.
But that's what I was saying earlier on, to say,
So it's like
I want to
that
get
post-nut clarity.
that out the way.
It's a normal thing. Not that we're being dicks. Sometimes it genuinely does.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes it happens.
You know how this thing is?
It's similar
And I
to-
kind of go, I had good intentions. I had good intentions until I.
You know what's similar to G?
Came.
I will show you porn and you masturbate after coming like, what the fuck am I watching? This is disgusting. I'm ashamed of myself. It's the same thing.
And unfortunately, that does happen in cases of just having partners and stuff. And I think even probably girls go through that.
Look,
Where you're a girl and, you know, you meet a guy, you're probably just thirsty for him. You do the deed and it's like, okay, goodbye. From a girl's
also,
girl's
there's this thing on social media where girls will say to you, there's nothing that you can do to the guy for the guy to be serious with you.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's like how
It's
also
only him
when he loves
wanting
someone,
to be
he loves
serious.
them.
Exactly.
Noma ngaba ne-shop esingakanani, ngamthandile, umthandile.
Umuntu ongathiki any of his boxes. that
Mara
he
athi
has.
nje, yes.
Mara athi, Lord, this is the one. So there's nothing you can do, dog, and there's no game that you can even get. Uguti, this is how I'm going to know Uguti, this guy likes me. There's no game, dog, there's nothing.
Unless obviously, you know, Mfageli was.
Oh shit, there's that too.
Mfageli was.
There's that too.
That's extreme.
Korobel.
Yeah, Korobel, yeah.
And that's why this podcast has been working. One of my biggest secrets ke ba gasetse mo dikhapontseng ne ba sa nwe ba nwe la sticker tse itse ke kentse koribeli.
Re nwele ra kgora.
So ga tlhale far this week a ke boe ka yone. Ba ntsheditse gore go na le nkwaindaninyana mo.
So the other question that I have for you guys is that, speaking of, I think Kakiso said something about phones and stuff, right? We're exchanging drinks, guys. You know we are drinkers. I'm just saying.
Oh, then you're giving him ice.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was about to say there's ice there.
No, ice is here.
We got this now, we got this. We shall continue.
Let's go back to your point.
How do you feel with, so it's a question to all of us,
Okay.
including you, Karen.
Hayi bo, why mina ngenaphi? Kakuso mina ngicela amazimba mina ngizoyidlela laba ngathi bazongihlupha yo. You're like ngathi bizongihlupha.
How do you feel with those people that say, nah, in a relationship, I don't want my phone to be touched?
I want to do hot. Abar patali, chomo we blue packaging copy. Abar patali.
Oh, excuse me. I want to give what this is a plate. Give what this is a plate.
No, guys, you know what? I can't be in a relationship where the phone is a hot potato. I'm sorry, no.
What do you mean?
I don't. My phone is off limits. It's a rule from the beginning, and my phone on my bunch. Why?
Oh, you mean you can't be in a relationship where they expect you to give your phone over?
No.
I agree with you, Karen.
Whether your phone is a hot potato, it's off
Oh, you
limits.
mean like it's off limits? Oh, you are against the off limits.
Obviously, I don't want to be, but I want to be able to say, baby, go bongani na peka phone now, and be able to look at my pictures and laugh without you being like, come on, so what's more? I want to be able to also be in the shower with baby phone. Please answer. You understand? Because like, how
you share everything else.
whoa, first of all,
Share your game. Imagine.
you are swallowing this person's nut, but their phone is private. Whoa,
Imagine this shit.
whoa, whoa.
So you feel the same?
I think the whole phone thing, if you're going to be, my phone does not get touched. A lot of people, I've heard a lot of people make excuses and say, yes, it's a private thing and my phone doesn't get touched.
Maybe my friends. I
The
have
main
messages from
common
my
one
friend,
that they like, also you don't trust me. Also you don't trust me. No, it's not even secret. So you don't trust me. So it's that thing, Yari. You can't hold my phone, and if you want to hold my phone, you don't trust me type of
You
thing.
got trust issues.
But I just feel already king. If you are transparent and there's nothing you're hiding, then why not? Keep your phone. Go through it. You know, there's
Even
nothing
if-
I'm hiding.
But my friend, Nem,
Anton.
my hot potato portion is I should be able to say, baby, without you,
Yeah, you Anton.
why can I see
Being
them
scared
Understand? Like, and me.
And also this thing,
is strong.
asiye baba.
Trauma. I was 9 years old. Kay tutor phone ya muna itshwarile. Ne ke dlala di game ka phone ya papuaka. Ke re ke gopotse mama wa ka ke batla mponela. Ha ke dial number ya mama ka ke re ke founela papa ko se bile mama ka is stress.
Yeah.
Actually bad. Ke na le trauma. Ke traumatized to the grave of wow. Ne ke tla mjesa ke reng mme wa ka. Ne ke thuti today. Ne ke re ke ka na le phone. I'm sorry my god. Moshimane ba ba ntse ke bue. Ke le kunuti le legolo monna. Moshimane ke a motshaba. Ha ntse re go wena phone ka off limits o stress. Lena self. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy. Ka jola le moshimane. Re jola. Ha batla ke tshware phone ha ke na bothata fele. One day he forgets it in my pocket. I forgot that it's in my bag. I mean my bag, not my pocket. I call the guy to tell him I'm home. It rings. I check. Home. That's not my name. I'm saying that Tifo. Tifo is his best friend.
Oh.
Shit.
That's how you find out Uguchi actually you're not the
Not the main.
You're definitely not the main because if you were the main,
Harity.
the other one was going to be there.
Mpotso gore re tswa kae? Re tswa ko bona. Njoba as you phone ko ne re tswa ko bona. I was chilling with his mom and his dad.
Obvious.
Ako botsa gore parents are in on it.
No, but you
maybe
know,
they won't
sometimes
prepare
parents
last
are not, like,
time.
in on it. He's also selling them.
Yeah, he's also lying to them. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, to say, and you know, like,
No, dude, God, we were even talking about promise rings with the parents.
Yeah, like the parents only know Karen, but yeah, in his heart, Karen side.
oh, what if Nelly's Tim? Maybe the mama prepare la atlo bontsha to say it's king motoki wa ke second wife ena. We don't watch Chero. We don't think it was such a. We don't watch. You went too fast.
Yeah.
You decided. You know what?
Yeah,
Ke
guys,
bonetse
but
motho ka dile bitso la ka ke Tefo. Ka understand that day gore go tsho gore re stress and Tefo. Go tough. Rough life.
but yeah, you definitely can't be in a relationship, guys, with someone that says you can't touch my phone. I don't care whether
Hot
they say,
potato. Your phone is a hot potato.
I don't care whether they say
understand.
their friends'
Sounds
secrets
dumb.
and their family secrets are there. My nigga, I'm your person.
If we are dating,
what makes you think if I know those secrets, I'm going to tell people about them?
True.
I'm your person. You trust me.
aren't we dating to ultimately end up together for forever?
You know, there was this saying, I think it was a psychologist or whatever, but dating is not like the honeymoon phases. That's when everything wrong should take place.
Exactly.
Like you fight, you experience all this shit.
It's not time for
Then
the
once
cute-
your marriage should be honeymoon phase.
That's where it's
That's where you
peaceful.
shouldn't be experiencing difficulty
Exactly.
unless well it's beyond your control. But I shouldn't be getting to know Karen during marriage.
Thank you.
It should be during dating. Then I can
ugly
get
things
together.
should be during- thank
Besides
you.
all your flaws, I love you as you are, Karen. I'm gonna marry you.
Because we went through the because that's what the dating is. We're checking compatibility. So bring the fire.
But I think,
bring the fire then.
I think society has also just really painted a
I love
totally different image to how relationships,
Guidance
marriage
as well,
should
bro.
actually go. Because in your home, there are times when you are going to be mad at your sibling. There are times when you're going to be mad at your father. There are times when you're going to be mad at your mother. And there are times when you're going to be arguing with them. But it does not take away the fact that you love them. It doesn't take away the fact that they love you. So I think relationships as a whole are painted to be cheesy, beautiful, great. There aren't any.
It's always honeymoon phase.
It's always just the best phases, honeymoon phase, everything. So I think that's the part that people shy away from talking about. And if maybe we had more conversations about how okay it is to not have everything smooth sailing in a relationship, then maybe there'll be more relationships that actually last long.
Can I come there? I'm coming there. We're not moving from that point. And the reason why I'm saying that is he said something so profound. Now, I might sound a bit screwed up, but this is a question. How are we supposed to get through? I'm not even trying to like send innuendos. I'm talking about myself. I'm coming for myself directly. How am I supposed to? Eh?
What's in the window?
I forgot the
Like
figures of
the subtle intentions, like zama go chonka ra ke choma ra ke a cho wabo. Like kinale
like
subtle
subtle.
intentions, like I've got a different kinale like agenda nyana, like subtle what wabo. That's an innuendo. But like for me, how are we supposed? And I'm saying this to myself, but I'm asking it as a question. Looking at my plethora of failed relationships.
Kwenzakala.
I even forgot that you mentioned.
So fair manje buya.
The other time,
I forgot.
How would we remember? It was a tough word.
But the bilious one. He said bilious. It was not me. No, but anyway, with the plethora of experience that I have, okay, the mountain of experience
Yes, girl.
of failed relationships that I have, I sit down sometimes and I ask myself, are you ever going to get yourself out of the cycle? Because I feel,
Cycle of.
yes, cycle of failure and running away from things. Because my relationships don't end because I get dumped. They end because I leave, all of them. And it's usually something after some time that I feel like,
Could have been fixed.
yeah, right? But I'm always just like, you bruised me so bad. The fact that you hurt me makes me not trust you again, and I don't want anything to ever do
On
with you again.
IPTSD, man.
Okay, makanyana, man.
That's kiss.
Makanyana.
Don't be easily distracted. Continue.
Yeah, wabo. So my chat now is what Kwiti is saying is that, how do I get myself out of the cycle? Because how do we become people that are successful in good relationships when you've never seen them? I've never seen it.
Ah, dog.
No, wait, relax, wait.
Okay.
He says if we normalize that relationships are hard and there is strife, but we move forward, then if people can acclimatize to that reality, because you grew up in a house that has mom and dad. So I feel like you have a bit more tolerance because you've seen that it was not always smooth sailing. But for me, the only reference to a great relationship that I'm healing myself. Wow. The only great reference I have to what a relationship to be is a rom-com, which is unrealistic. Oh my fuck. Don't answer me. I've healed my traumas. Because I feel like if we fight or if we don't see something, if we don't see eye to eye, it's over. We're incompatible. Whereas I don't I don't know anything other than that because I've never seen my parents, I've never seen an aunt, I've never seen a grand, I've never seen an uncle fight.
And I think
and
love,
work it out.
love on its own is so natural and is like nature. It's like going to the bathroom. You don't necessarily need to know. No, I'm sorry, it's a shitty example. But you're
Look at the bubble. Look, it's a double entendre. Uta. It's not going to the bedroom. Ha! It's a shitty example. Ah, it's a double entendre.
But I'm just saying, like, you don't necessarily need to be. Yes, you can experience love, but I just feel like when you're in a relationship, you don't need to learn how to be in a relationship or love a person or know how.
I don't know how to stay.
You're in a position to know what you don't want.
And me, the thing is, listen to what I'm saying. I want you guys to listen to the depth of the trauma that I'm trying to show to you. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. My problem is that I am unrealistic with the approach because the moment you do something I don't want, I don't communicate, I leave.
What I was going to say,
And that's me showing me that I don't know how
what I
to
was going to
stay.
say is that people always give good advice to other people, but not to themselves. So always think of yourself as a third person. If your younger sister came to you and is like, yo, Kuku, this is what I'm experiencing, what would you advise her? One, also, or not even your sister, if your son came to you, Mom, I'm in a relationship, this is what's happening, what would you tell yourself? Understand?
Character development.
But you see
Like I
that.
said, you need to deep into yourself.
Dive deeper.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes
bro,
emotions cloud your judgment.
right.
That's
Not
why
sometimes, all the time.
emotional intelligence is important. Yeah? So you need to understand sometimes if you put something aside. Now, go try to understand a little how. You find he's not doing that to spite you, but it's the trauma he's experiencing. So it's trauma versus trauma. Then you're like, oh, we're not compatible. But only later, you're like, fuck, we blew the horn too early.
But it's, you know, it's what you're saying is very tricky. Like you can't diagnose yourself. It's like being a doctor. When you're a doctor, you can get sick now. You need another doctor to diagnose you and determine what the issue is, type of thing.
But
So-
someone knows your body better than you. That's why
True.
the doctor always asks you.
But when
What's the
True.
symptoms? What?
when I owe
They know
you,
medicine. They
Correct.
know
But they don't
medication.
know you.
They don't know you.
true, but you can't necessarily diagnose yourself and say, wait, King, when you are in the relationship, you can't say, okay, I'm failing here. And in most relationships, it takes people with a different type of emotional intelligence to be able to sit back and say, okay. But I think 80% of
It's
people
rare.
are not able to.
That's why even in
figure out,
society,
Holding,
successful
I
people-
fucked up, or I'm fucking up in this relationship. They are always the right ones. In a relationship, you always think you're right.
That's why even
Caroline always think I'm right. We're not Tanya.
You know,
So it's a bit.
It's never marrying up.
Yes, it's ideal.
in
I think
society, ne, that's why successful people, they're so little. Ne? A lot of people don't want to introspect. Anyone can do it, honestly speaking.
it's the
It's just
introspection
people don't want
part.
to be true to themselves. I understand that. If Hoiti cheats, let me also cheat on his friend.
Correct.
There's no intelligence in you doing that.
Exactly.
You're just fucking up. Whatever.
You're making it worse.
You're making the wound septic.
Yeah.
let me say this, guys.
But essentially, Karen, ne, you can sit yourself down and actually introspect and like, what is it that I want? What is it don't I want? And because no one's gonna be perfect to you, honestly. So, am I able to stay in this relationship with LSG's flaws? Or must I jump to someone else where I'm gonna start afresh, get to know him, and only find out that I also don't like that person? So you're gonna be a hip hopper?
I think
or
it
you
goes
gonna
back-
build your hope?
How you gonna be a boom boom puchi?
So there was this saying
But
that
it goes
caught
back
my
to what you
attention.
said earlier on. It's mostly about sacrifices. So
We need to be
it's a
considerate
give
of
and
one
take,
another.
and you need to also just determine what you are able to just
So-
say. I'm gonna just
Let me say
have to
this,
take this
right?
and handle it.
So
Because you will be
what you need to understand here, Karen, is that there's a lot of things that we're doing, guys, that we don't know how to do, but we're just winging it because of maybe of something that we heard or something that we see from somewhere else, but it was never that close. For an example, I'll make an example with myself, right? I was raised by a single parent, which is my mother, right? I'm a father. I've never seen anyone fathering. So this father thing, I'm just winging it.
And he's such an amazing dad, you guys.
The thing about those kind of things is that you need to be intentional, dog. You walking away, if you want this thing to work, you need to be intentional. Like anything that you want, like you need to be intentional. I'm intentional, but by being a present father, because I never had one, right? So in a way,
So that you're low-key saying I've always had a reason. I've always wanted to leave Valley.
That's why
No, that's deep. No, like
what I'm trying to say to you is that anything that you want to work, you don't even need to see someone doing it. You just need to
look at this relationship.
You need to be intentional.
Yes.
Uthi, I'm going to make this thing work, dog.
That's what I was trying to say.
Look at this relationship.
So that's why I say
don't
you're
need
in
to
a
hurt.
position
Antoine.
to know what you don't
You
want.
know how much it means to you, and you're just willing to do what needs to be done for it to
Exactly,
work.
dog.
And
Even if
eventually
it's not.
it'll work.
Oh shit! Sorry to my exes. I didn't give a fuck about you.
Eventually it'll work.
I'm sorry. I didn't
You know, you don't need to have like knowledge on what it is, how it works.
No, you just knows it. You know, like for example, come Mother's Day, ne?
Was it so deep?
The message that I told my mother, I'm like, no amount of money would replace you. Ne? And I'm like, what I appreciated about you, ne, that your first time journey, you're willing to experience it with us. What I mean that next second born, ne, it was the first time her being a mother to a second born. She didn't know how to be a mother to a son. She didn't know how to be a mother to a second born, but she was willing to go through that journey with us.
That's
Just like
the example I
LSG,
should have made.
Baba, LSG doesn't know how it's
Didn't,
like
so shut the fuck up.
fathering, ne?
Let him shine. Shut
But
the
it's
fuck
his
up.
first time going through that journey. He's gonna do what he thinks is best. Maybe to his daughter it might not be best, but he's doing what he thinks is. That's like you must be intentional. That even if shit goes south 20 years from now, he can safely say, "I did my best. It's all I knew." You understand? So there is no method to say this is right, this is wrong. We all go through in life the first time. It will be your first time being 20. It will be your first time being 30. No one really knows.
You know,
But you should know that.
Just give it your best.
Exactly.
Yeah, just give it your best.
and trust me, dog. You need to be intentional about it.
You know, I've been feeling this inside of my heart. I'm gonna say today, Kagiso's head is not big for nothing. Eh?
Oh,
What the fuck you mean my head is big?
You haven't told us he's got a big head. This is Kose.
No. You need to calm down because your head is the biggest in the group.
Yeah, it is. Trust me. No. I know. You know, when I was
So
growing up,
Sasko Sam, that means you're the whole fucking bakery then. If he's Sasko Sam.
let me tell you. When I was growing up, I was called Fruit Cop by all my uncles. Literally, I'm not even kidding.
Right, you know,
This got dark. Like the lights are off. Like load shedding dark. Like it got dark way too quick. Like, whoa, let's come back. Like, this is not what I was gunning for.
What if I trauma, kid?
Anyway.
Ay, I'm sorry. Mati, sorry. my dear.
Nah, it's fine.
I said Kroti as in. No.
man. As a good
I
man.
didn't say Kroti. I said Kroti.
Oh,
Wena-
ulibele uhlezi la ubhekana nekhanda lami ukuthi likhulu ukudlula wonke umuntu.
Analyze. I'm
Ulibele uyameja. Untsontsha kahloko yakho. Uloku uyameja.
And that came out of nowhere, bro. All of a sudden, our heads are sized up and shit.
Dog.
I was trying to protect Namani. I was trying to protect Namani.
Oh, by attacking me.
Dog, imagine.
It was a counter hit because you were coming for him.
By attacking
became-
me.
He's not even into guys, but
You
you
the
were
one
coming
who
for
said he's
him.
got a big head.
Out of nowhere. Karen abusive.
Quincy was swearing at us a lot. I'm deflecting. Quincy has been swearing at us.
I Karen abusive now. What's him?
I've got PTSD. It's nothing personal. Okay, so we're going back to relationships. Clearly. Do you feel like we apply the same grace to our romantic relationships as we do to our friendships?
No, definitely.
We don't. I think we're just
And where
generally.
do you think we would be if we did?
I think we're just generally more free in our friendships than
So
relationships.
I have a question. Ne? I have a question. Wabana is going to actually we generally
Oh, by
free
the way,
in our
a
relationship.
lot of the listeners are complaining. They don't like it when you stop Khuzi from speaking. So we
Yeah,
must
he
let him
talks too
finish.
much.
No, he's the hottest. So let him
Fuck
speak.
Hoity.
We don't want to see you for a reason. Let Khuzi talk. You were saying my love. But girls love you.
so toxic.
I agree you came for me. I'm uncoming for you. The gays are not happy when we disturb Khuzi.
What the fuck? That's some bullshit. Anyway, we're not going to have that conversation.
The what?
I'm not going to have the conversation.
The what?
The gays love about witty. Thank you.
Bro, you're asking a question.
I even forgot. Okay,
You can't forget a question.
Let me pose it to you as a lady, ne?
Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys.
I'm sorry, friend. I'm sorry. But the gays love you. Ugh.
So my question is, ne, Karen, to you as a woman, ne? Stop laughing for 2 minutes, man. Pay attention.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
I can't defend myself, but it's fine.
Why is
But if
it?
they love you, they love you.
So why is it? Let's say, G utlile le motho wa hae, ne? And they see how,
okay, sorry.
and they see how free we are more to yourself, ne?
Yeah.
And it's like, I wish you could treat me the way you treat your friends. Ne? And she doesn't understand who. Hoity can say, no, fuck you, fat boy. 2 kg, ne? Oh, I know Slatlanyana vandag LSG.
I would have got it. I don't want to carry what Khalifa. You.
But I think is don't you guys generally see the effort he puts of putting you above his friends, but you want to be treated like a mere friend? Because Hoity can go, let's say, a whole month or 2 months without checking up on me. But to you, Karen, you will do that, let's say, every month, every day. But when you still want to be treated like a friend, what's the whole ideology behind that?
Okay, I can answer from a girl's perspective, right? If this is actually a low-key conversation. Let me just look if we're still good for time. We're pressed for time, so we must wrap up. Okay. So what I wanted to add into this is a lot of the time when we see our partners, our significant others around their friends, most of the time, right? There's a certain feeling of closeness that you exert to them that you don't exert to me. So, for example, which is crazy, in a relationship, you get a guy saying, "Can I please have my space? I want to do a me thing." Which to me feels like, in essence, you're rejecting me, which isn't. It's not about me. I get it. Wait, well, don't interject.
Trauma.
But when you're with the boys, like the squad, like this, you never get to a point where you're like, hey guys, whoa. And what we fail to see as women is that I can give them all of me because I have them in small doses. When I'm with Huitsi, Lesego, and Guru, it's on a Sunday. I can give them all of me because that's all I need to give them, that 5 hours. You are my lifetime person. And there's certain places or there's certain relationships or certain extents or certain soothe that I won't get from you. And there's a certain amount of energy that I exert towards you that I won't exert towards the others. But we don't see that most of the time because I just want so much of you. And if there's any part of you that I see you giving to anyone else that I do not recognize as a gift to me, I feel like, oh, so you know, I told her, not you told. I forget that.
Utola more.
24/7.
So in that thought, you ever wonder is, do I exert the same onto him? Because when you with your girls, you also speak about shit or do shit that you'll never do with your man. So why the hypocrisy? Because you know when you with your girlfriend, you don't do the same. You're also quite free. Who knows how I book about what twerk? Whoa, hey, what would take? What in fuck? Or like it when it. But when you're with me, you yes, daddy.
How about you twerk akuntlu?
One turn. So my question is,
What the hell is wrong with you?
in general, you guys so comfortable with hypocrisy. You want something to be done
We
to
don't
you
see it
that
as
you're
that.
not willing to do for your man.
Now, if you put it like that, it sounds like that, but we don't see it like that. We just see it as, so when I see a level, I want to be the one you're most closest with in the whole world. Which
So is it possessiveness?
I would say.
Oh, sir, there's nothing else. You know, I say that now. You find when I'm with the gents, I'll never cry. How you doing? I'm great, man. How are you? But I can look on, I'll cry. Baby, I'm not okay, man. How are we gonna make ends meet? Fuck, the world is crumbling on me. You see my weak side.
Weak side, yeah.
You understand? Whereas in Khoichi, you'll never see that.
Meaning you're getting more.
Everything.
And I don't see it like that.
You don't see it, yeah.
You don't want to see it. That's what I'm saying. It's not that you don't see it. You don't want to see it. Because when I take my vulnerable side, you feel like, man, just man the fuck up.
Yeah, man the
you
fuck
only
up.
want the good side. Over Hoyty knows, like, my nigga, you only took 2 shots. Fuck it, let's put 4. You understand? I can be reckless with Hoyty and you can bring me home 2-stepping and like, you home safe, my guy. Let's go our separate ways.
Let me add to that. So we were on another date, right? And I don't know if this is like a red flag. You guys will tell me. So the guy says to me, "Yazi kunamalanga lami ngikhuluma nawe ngikuzwa ukuthi uthuthe like ukwatile." And it's usually because I reply to text after 5 hours. You will never say to me uthuthe, kodwa ngeze emoyeni ukuthi awukho right. And that goes back to the possessiveness and the hypocrisy, right? And he didn't want to make it seem like it's an issue, but he's the type of person who's just like really chilled. So he'll be like, "All right, mama." And I'll be like, "Never been better." You know? And he's like, "I will." Like, and then he literally like brought it up. He was just like, like, I could literally spend 12 hours of my day with you, be gone for 1. That would be such a huge thing. Do you think that's healthy? He's like, no, sometimes you will not say it, but I feel like you also think I don't see it. You understand? You could literally be mad because I took 5 hours to reply, or maybe I posted something before I said hi to you. Like, that's that about, and I couldn't answer. Because in my head right now at that moment, I didn't want to admit that, yeah, that hurts, you know, because when you text me, I text you back same time. But also, you're making me realize that I'm selfish because he's genuinely a person who's never on his phone.
You know?
And he's the kind of person who would probably be in a studio session and he needs to zone and concentrate, but he will take that moment to just, and he's the type of person who's like, I'm at a studio session. I'm going to be out for like 5 hours. I'm doing this thing. I'll get back to you. The moment it goes over 5 hours, he won't reply my text, but he'll say, I'm going over 5 hours. I'll get back to you.
So he does let you know.
Yes.
Man,
And he says, like, you're still very, he didn't say bitchy, but in a way, he's like, I can see you're very catty after that. And I'm like, no, I'm not. He's like,
no, Karen, it's very big.
No, but
you know,
there's a lot of thing,
there's a lot of girls that go through the same thing with niggas that don't give a shit.
Like, that don't really give a shit.
They don't give a shit. Like, that nigga will reply to you after 4 days.
Oh no, he will never, even though he's having phone issues, he will never sleep without talking to me.
That's the thing.
He will, even if his phone is dead or something, he will find a friend's phone and I'll be like, I almost didn't answer. He's like, yeah, I took a friend's phone, I got airtime, I wanted to tell you, I'm safe, I'm at a gig, I'm doing this, and I care about you.
He had to address it with you not addressing it, because you need to say, when you go over, or if you...
I felt like I would have been too much.
But you see, that's what I was just about to say. I think a lot of times, women would expect us to figure out the emotions without them telling us.
Yeah.
To say, hey, this is what this particular thing that you did the other day made me feel, you know? Or I'm currently feeling shit because of you coming late, or you not communicating that you're coming home late, or you not texting me the whole day, or whatever reason it is.
Yeah.
Tell it to me so that, you know, I don't sit the whole day trying to figure out, are you fine? What's wrong? You know there's something wrong.
So that's his chat. He's saying, I communicate why I can't communicate. And when I communicate after I told you I can't communicate, and when I can, you're mad.
You know, Karen, the way you're acting up is one of the reasons the guys would want to spend more time with the gents than you.
Exactly.
Because then that's where they get a peace of mind. But I wonder if a guy makes excuse for spending less time.
You know, they usually say when niggas come back from work, they sit in their car.
Yeah, for like 10 minutes.
With you, Karen, they're gonna have to sit for 5 hours.
To calculate, no,
but guys, wait. He was not complaining. He was just like...
He's addressing it.
Yeah, he was just like, what's up? Like, I'm trying to
saying,
understand you.
What Hoyt is saying holds water. Ne?
I hate you.
You want us to guess your emotions. And when we guess it right or wrong, for guessing it right or wrong. Now I'm thinking of, if Hoyt did something fucked up, I can say, hey, Mecca, I'm not happy about this. Yeah. It's like, okay, I understand I fucked up.
To say that to someone.
Then we talk about it, how we can mediate and fix this shit.
I expect you to win Khenkgelle, man. Be smart. I don't know, which is crazy.
But when
I'm
we
not
do the
implying that
same,
you're dumb. Yo.
I'm just saying, like, that's how.
when we
women
do the
normally are.
same,
They say,
it
"Be
blows
smart,
your mind
figure it
off.
out," you know. I'm not well. I'm not going to tell you why I'm.
Let's only do the same thing. It's
figure it
about
out.
you. Hi, we're no jelly picky.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
It's fine.
There's no nature
I'm
into
moody,
quality.
you know,
You're gonna
yeah.
throw all the insults. I we're not really moody. I not poor. Yo. That's why I can like spend that nakoli uswaka. We're not moody. Yo. Why can't you guys reciprocate?
Why can't Karen? What was Karen? You guys.
No, women generally are like that.
Thank you for protecting me, friend.
And I'm sorry to throw a blanket approach, né? But women generally are like that. Because they I don't know why. And they use that as an excuse to continue being fucked up. You know we're complicated.
You are fucked up.
No, and I don't want to admit it.
Just tell him.
Exactly.
I miss you.
I feel like it's
Hope to speak to
creepy,
you.
guys.
It's not creepy.
So you being quiet and being angry for shit is not creepy.
It's like it's like the thing that Kakiso said. He's like, generally as a guy, we're more aggressive than women. So if I'm trying to be nice and you come with attitude, I'm gonna let you stay with your moves, right? But he's just the kind of person who so he'll inquire. But I realized that it took a lot of self-introspection for me to realize that that's toxic, because it's gonna get to a point in the relationship where he doesn't have the patience to keep
Can I
on
say
it.
something?
Exactly. It's gonna run out.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Us guys generally don't know how to deal with emotions. We learned that from you guys. So if you guys are not teaching us how to deal with emotions, once our patience runs out, it's just like, dude, I've tried. I'm not winning with you. I love you, but I don't understand why every week there has to be a fight. I don't understand why we're fighting. Simple. Baby, I can rate 1, 2, 3. If he continues, then you know the problem is with him. But if you keep him quiet, how must he guess? Are you having a rough day?
I feel like
Is it that time of the month?
Every time and over.
What's happening? Is there obstacles in your life? Is it me? Is it your boss? What's bothering you?
Yeah, because we don't know. We don't know. We also need to know how to tackle the issue. If it's me, then I'm gonna approach differently. If it's your boss, it's different.
Because remember us, Wana Hawa, Allah, Haim Shiman Halle, man up. We are taught to suppress our emotions.
Yeah.
So when you do the same, it's like, what the fuck am I dealing with?
Okay.
Dealing with a man.
Won't understand.
Okay, that's how we wrap it up. You. It's fine.
What's window attack?
And I, you know what? I'm just wrapping this up. I literally even. I missed it, but I got it 50. Thank you for laughing like me.
Yes.
I'm gonna wrap it up and say, I'm
I had forgotten about this.
Hey, dog. Let's just say the uppercut.
But anyway, during the week I did say that I realized how masculine I am when I met him, because he's very masculine but soft masculine. So you know what he does? He shows me that he can lead, but he doesn't force to lead. So he does it in such a way that it speaks to the femininity in me. That, for example, I think I spoke about this with you guys earlier, and I said the whole money thing, you remember?
Yeah.
Paying the people. He says no. And then what he does is he's not going to fight me for giving it, but I will feel myself crossing the path. He gives you space to see yourself overmanning. Like,
Before you wrap it up, né?
so yes, I did.
Men that usually force dominance. It's one that actually can lead.
And they're insecure.
Yeah, it's a form of insecurity.
Oh, he's very secure in himself.
You understand? So Mona nakong wow check.
and he says that a lot. He's like, if there's one thing you need to know about me, because he's a very quiet guy, like super quiet, like super quiet. Like, you know, actually all of you guys are like super quiet until you guys, because he's like super quiet, man. And he's the kind of place that he's the kind of guy that fades into the background. So he says, one thing a lot of people don't realize is that the quiet guy is not the stupid guy. He's the one that knows everything about
No,
everyone.
what analyze. But never mind the quietness. Ne. Mona how Joeta Ari Carey. Don't do that. and you do it. For him is that we're not going for a problem.
Strike one.
Strike two. Strike three.
I was watching that series, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Yeah? When I'm sure you guys have seen it on TikTok. When the mother, he looks and Wabano, there's a booby trap on the floor. Then he's like, you know what? Go back to the salon, go fix your nails. The mother's like, oh, okay. Then he's like, don't come back until I tell you. The mother's like, okay. And she just goes. Nah? Because Nikki Plumili Madam, like, yeah. Your problem is when there's danger, you guys want to ask. If I tell you, why don't you get Why? Just do. Because whatever I do is at your best interest. So if I say go to the car, I don't have time to explain to you, this is the danger looming. Someone's running to come rob us. There he is. Can you see him? He's coming to rob you. He has a knife. He has a gun. I don't have time for that shit. If I tell you, Mama, just go to the car. I'll explain later. But right now, I don't have the time to do that. You understand? So if he tells you, Karen, don't do it, and you do it, who's wearing the shoes now? Or who's wearing the pants in the relationship?
I realize
it's not even about, is he insecure about that? It's not, no. You can't challenge every authority. Because if we're not, someone dustbin, I never why. Because there's certain duties where you guys can command us. If someone else we're not going to challenge you. Because we know that's not our domain of expertise. No, I can't challenge you.
Please go get me the veggies. Let's take it back to make this stew.
Let's say ice cream. Ice cream. Okay. Match Adala. No, okay, what am I? You understand? You're not gonna ask why?
Ki now come and share lang. I'm not going. Uzoita after match.
Yeah, man, that was our relationship edition of the. We didn't expect this episode to go this way. I'm sure you realized when we started, but the flow was great. So, Street Squad, we didn't refer to you a lot during the episode, but please tell us what you think about it. Tell us your relationship experiences are, and I really think we should have a follow-up episode because there's more questions I actually want to ask because of this episode. Like, when is the right time to say I love you? When there's so many other questions.
When they say I love you. Then you say me too.
Who must say I love you first? The guy or the girl? The guy, right?
Whoever that's going to say
the guy must say it first.
Oh.
Hey, Baba. The guy, Street Squad, who must say I love you first?
I think the girl should say I love you.
No.
Yeah. So they will say me too.
Exactly. They must say it first because they are more emotional.
No way in my life I'm going to tell a man I love you before he tells me. Never.
You see? That's pride talk.
PTSD.
And that's pride talk. You're right.
All right. It's been great. These boys are going to pay for my therapy session. YouTube, get us over 1,000 subscribers so we can start getting paid. Because this money thing, this bill is getting higher and higher. But you know what we're going to say? Like we say it every time. See you same time, same place next week. And we
are out of here.